Welcome to P&W Repair. Today we are tackling part 4 of our 1984 Lincoln SA250 engine rebuild. We will be welding the liners out in this video, so hang around. Should be a good one. whole box of this Hobart 16th inch 6013. So I don't have a whole lot of these 16th inch rods, but I know I have a bigger box, 10-pound box or something somewhere. But I don't know that it's 60 series rod. I think it's 70. And for cutting this oil and stuff, 60's gonna do a better job, I think. Tried to degrease them a bit, but we'll let that cool down for an hour or two and see what happens. If you listen close, you can hear them cracking, so something's happening. Check back with you when I try to hammer them out. Well, our welds have cooled, and no such luck on all three. They're still very much in there. So I was talking to my machinist, and he suggested, rather than welding them out, to actually go in there with a rosebud and heat them up nice and hot. Yeah, heating will make it expand to a certain point. At a certain point, that metal's going to have to go somewhere, so it'll actually collapse on itself and fall out. At least that's what he says. So he is a damn good machinist, so I'm going to assume he knows what the hell he's talking about. My thing, I'm using 16th inch 6013 or something. It's a real small rod because I didn't want to put a lot of amperage into it. I have the Lincoln set down to its lowest current range, and I'm at 6 on the fine adjustment. So we're not flowing a whole lot of amps. And that was my whole theory with the 16th inch rod, that too much is going to punch right through that liner because of how thin it is, and then I'm going to have a machine shop bill of taking the block to them anyway. So to avoid that from happening, I chose to use that 16th inch rod. And I think what's happening is I'm actually not getting enough metal to build up on the liner for that weld to cool and contract and suck the liner in with these little rods. I think you almost have to go at least 332, but I'm very hesitant to do that. If I'm going to try the torch technique, if that doesn't work, then I'm probably going to step it up to a 332 rod and have to increase the amperage slightly. So we'll give this a whirl and see what happens. I'm only going to try it on one of them to start, and I think I'll pick the center cylinder. Let's get after it. Easy there, turbine. Smells like my, yep, it definitely is. Say, it smells like I'm torching not only the liner, but my engine crate as well. Definitely am. So even that's just so freaking violent. Like, the guy really doesn't want to have to pay my machinist to do this too, so I'll do whatever I have to. Give her a little tippy tap. Maybe more heat, huh? I gotta get this block moved. Well, I can't. Burning my frickin' palette. You know you want to come out of there. Nope, that liner is definitely not protruding at all. I don't think I want to do a whole lot more of that. I don't know. I think his theory's not a great one, in all honesty. Damn. It's very smoky, I know that. Like, I just don't want to put a ton of heat into that block. Worried about warping the deck surface, doing stupid things like that, so he seemed to think there's no issue with that. And I'm not heating it cherry red, I wouldn't have an issue, so I don't know. I'm just a guy, you know? I think we're gonna have to resort to going back to welding them out, but. So I went ahead and went after it with a fistful of 332/7014. And because of my machinist telling me that welding in a circular or spiral motion is not necessary and to just run vertical beads in the sleeves, or the liners. I tried that method with this 332 rod, and I have the first cylinder, or I guess this is what, cylinder 3? Yeah, I have cylinder 3's liner actually protruding out of the bottom of the block, so I figure I better turn the camera on at this point so you can see it actually come out. Oh yeah, it's protruding quite a bit now. It's actually sliding out a whole lot easier. problem is I need a longer punch. This long screwdriver with a hammer end on it might actually grab the edge of that better too. Oh yeah. And we're hitting our friggin' pallet, so I'm gonna block of wood. Wow, that's right on that stud, isn't it? And we're back to hitting the pallet. Man, what a freaking pain. Let's do that, then we'll do one of these. Like that. Holy hell. One down, two to go. Who needs actual Perkins puck? That looks perfect. Yeah. Perfect. Board doesn't have any damage to it. But you got sleeves nice and hot. So. See if I can't get it out of there, out of the way. Beautiful. All right. There's one. I'm going to work on these other two. We'll see what happens. Guess let me show you just. It is not pretty. Where's the camera? It is not pretty in there at all. Like, I don't know if lighting's all wrong, I think. It's ugly, but that liner's out. So. Go after the other two now and see if we have any luck. Managed to get them all three out. As you can see, cylinders 1 and 2 didn't quite come out as nicely as cylinder 3 did, but rather in chunks. Originally, because I went from 3 to cylinder 2, and originally I kind of figured that had something to do with me heating it up with the rosebud on the torch and tempering it and making it real brittle. So originally I was, cussing at my machinist. But after I finally got that one out in the 5,000 chunks, cylinder 1 proceeded to do the same thing. So not entirely sure what caused that. I don't think the torch method is an effective method. I think still just stick to welding them out. And in all honesty, I don't know if vertical or circular patterns or zigzagging or whatever's the most effective method. I mean, you can tell by looking at this, I have heat in it all over it. So, I mean, I think as long as you got a weld bead in there that can cool and collapse itself, it'll shrink the liner. So, I mean, whatever you got to do to get them out, really, right? And it was successful. Yeah, it takes time, and you burn through quite a bit of rod. When I switched to 332, I mean, these are all I put into it today. When I went at it with the 16th inch 6013s, I went through a whole, I don't know if it was a pound or 2 pounds. I want to say it was a pound of rod. So definitely, I think 332 is just right. I had the machine set at the minimum current range still, and just had the fine turned up to 8 to run that. I didn't have any issues with it trying to burn through or anything. I mean, just like any current range, if you dig with the rod, then yeah, it's going to push through the liner. So that's why the beads kind of just look like a booger shit more than an actual bead, because you're just kind of floating the rod, and that's just to get some kind of metal on there to put heat into it, which you can tell it's not burned through, but it's got heat in it. So anyways, that's the next step of the process for this Lincoln SA250. Waiting on my machinist to get my cylinder head back to me. I'm gonna go ahead and start ordering some parts for this bad mammer jammer, and after we get our new overhaul kit, I'll go ahead and start getting the new liners in, and we'll get the thing rebuilt. And before you know it, it'll be back in that machine over there, all painted up, looking brand new, like $1,000,000, and she'll live to weld another day. Appreciate you guys watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, share, whole nine. I'll catch you on the next one.